Why do people associate dismal darkness and woe is me and dark feelings and that with goth culture? I think people who are attracted to goth culture are essentially dramatic people.
Goth as a modern term, it's music and it's fashion, and I suppose it's a state of mind.
It's theater. It's a theatrical thing. So I think it's for theatrically minded people, or people who are theatrical in their expression and their being and their thought processes, it's the perfect outlet.
An appreciation of the things that people don't want to look at that are part of life, and finding beauty in that.
I think finding the beauty in the beauty in darkness.
Yeah.
We love all that stuff, you know, coffins and all that beautiful gothic Victorian imagery and literature and dark music, but we're upbeat people, I think.
Yeah, I think goth is probably more of a mindset. You know, the old joke is nobody knows what the goth is except for a goth, and they can't tell you until they see it.
Started to explore the culture and get into it and change the way I dressed, and I lost a lot of friends who thought I was, you know, suddenly gay because I started wearing eyeliner.
I went through the same thing.
You know.
There was this girl with whom I spoke online, and she actually thought that I was satanic because of the black clothes that I wore. Never mind, Catholic priests mostly wear black.
I actually had one guy who repeatedly threw razor blades at me, and I'd get beat up just for dressing the way I was.
Well, you learn to navigate your environment in certain ways, you know, stay out of certain parts of town, stay away from certain areas at certain times of the day, stay away from certain groups that you see, you know, loitering together. I've been physically assaulted a number of times based on my appearance, chased, threatened.
People assume I'm a mean person, so they kind of treat me like I'm gonna bite their heads off or I'm gonna insult them or something, but I'm not. I'm like a really nice person. I'm pretty shy.
Once you have a conversation with somebody and show that you're pretty normal, you just dress a little bit differently than they do. There's no problems.
Back when the Columbine incident happened, to DJ at WBNY, which was Buffalo State College radio station, apparently people would send her death threats.
The few people that you have heard about that have done terrible things that are into the culture, I guess, like the Columbine kids for one, they're all, that's a big part of it, I think, is the media.
Columbine was blamed on them being goth, and they looked enough the part that they could have been, and they listened to enough similar music that we became the enemy. You know, the goth scene went from being the weird kids that kind of hang out in the corner, and, you know, write bad poetry and, you know, and smoke on school property, to being mass murderers. You know, you went from being, oh, this is just a phase, to, oh my God, let's get you into therapy. There is a lot of mental health issues in the scene. But part of the good thing about the fact that we're all broken is that we've all gone through this together, and we're at different stages of our healing. Once people get into the goth subculture, the rate of self-harm goes down to the average, because now there is that network of people to help you and a sense of belonging, which is, I think, why we're all part of these little weird sects anyways, is to find our own communities.
I'm still in it because I love to dance. I like wearing black clothes. I found that people within the scene are generally very open.
I think that's the thing that makes you don't even notice, I don't think. Once you're comfortable in your own skin, I don't think you really care what anybody else thinks.